digitalization is a continuous process that even after having slowed down a bit after the COVID boom is still ongoing and bringing benefits to companies like Cisco, who are well set up to benefit from an ever-increasing digital world fueled by AI. You will find out what they are doing and where we think prices are going right after the intro. Welcome to another video here at Bloomberg Capital. My name is Henrik, and in today's video, we will be looking at Cisco Systems, which is a company in the telecommunication industry focusing on networks and security. On the hardware side, they are producing things like routers and Ethernet switches, but they also run big data centers that are filling the ever-increasing demand for their own, but also the wider industry's demand for computing power. But in recent times, the company has put its focus more on the software side of things, with the focus on an efficient use of networks like their own data centers and security in the digital land space, for which they are well set up after the recent acquisition of Splunk last year, which is a big cybersecurity company. Other than that, the big focus right now is AI and its direct applications. So for example, the use of AI for digital security or the use of AI in running networks efficiently. They are also a company that is already using direct applications of AI with many companies, for example, with their WebEx AI assistant that is currently helping many companies with their customer support. So as you can see, a lot of the processes and workflows inside Cisco are directly benefiting each other, and you can say that Cisco is a very application-focused company. But what is making Cisco Systems interesting right now? The event, for one, it's the event Cisco Live 2025. It is happening in Amsterdam right now, from the 9th to the 14th of February, and where they will give an overlook over the whole tech scene. And on the 12th of February, they will report their earnings to show how well they're actually doing right now. And the last thing is their performance right here in the stock market. So let's take a look at what they've been doing in the last few years. So if we take a look here, then we can see that we had a big price increase here with the ensuing wave of digitalization. Ever since then, we've seen that price has mostly been going sideways, as have also many of the digitalization efforts. But now we can see that price has built a strong base here, and we think that it's time for price to start a new trend, to break out of this consolidation and to push higher. We especially see this in the price development of the last 6 months. Here, we saw a price increase of over 41%. So as you can see here, we've provided a buy zone here. The price is already left to the upside, but it's still not too late to enter. That will on large part depend on the next few days and the information that will be provided. So will they unveil any exciting new technologies in their event, or will numbers be really positive or really negative? Depending on that, we will most likely see in the event of positive news a rise to the upside, and negative news, obviously, a fall to the downside. But one interesting level that we have to keep in mind here is here at around $85. This is our major support level where we wouldn't really expect price to break through. So if price ever gets here, we'll most likely see it find support and go back to the upside. So what this means is that even if we get falling prices in the next coming days, we'll most likely consolidate here around this level and then start to push higher again. Now, on the other hand, if we do push higher, we will most likely also see an intermediate correction that might just take us down to where we are approximately right now, or it might also, in a more negative scenario, take us in the same way as we would here, down to the support level and then build prices from there. No matter where we're really going right now, we should see a trend building and continuing from here. But what are the points at which we should be worried, or maybe where our scenario doesn't play out? Now, as I said, this is our major support level here. So what we don't want to see is price breaking through. It's okay if we go slightly below it and then quickly go back above. But if we see something like price going below this level, consolidating below it, and then finding resistance here and pushing even deeper, then we can be rather certain that the trend has actually not started yet, and that we are still in this big consolidation phase here, which means that we'll probably see prices fall even lower and consolidate here at a much lower level. But even then, we're seeing good chances that then the trend will start from here. But still, if we see price going below these levels here, it would be a good idea to manage risk a bit of your positions, to maybe lower their weight or close them out and look for new opportunities down here. But then at the end of the day, the question is, where will price actually end up? Now, one major level that sticks out to us is around the $80 mark, where which we see a good possibility that this trend can take us before we see another bigger intermediate correction. This is also a historically very important level, as you can see here, it is around the level where we saw the all-time high all the way back in 2000 before the dot-com crash. The price still hasn't recovered to this day. But we are seeing now in this forming trend the possibility to reclaim this old all-time high and get back to these price levels. So with that, I hope I provided you a good overview over what's going on with Cisco Systems. If you're interested in our content or all things finance, consider leaving us a sub. And with that, I wish you a good week. And until next time, here at Bloomberg Capital.